After the end of World War I, Italy was left in a state of social and economic disarray for a 2-year period known as the Biennio Rosso. This period brought about post-war inflation, massive debts, unemployment, and food shortages. Mass strikes and rising inflation made tensions close to unbearable until a year later, after the 7-day March of Rome took place, the National Fascist Party came to power in the Kingdom of Italy, and the group elected fascist leader Benito Mussolini on October 31st, 1922. It wasn't until 1925, after the assassination of Italian socialist politician Giacomo Matteotti, that Mussolini's full reign as dictator began. Before that, Italy had already been following the new laws passed by the Fascist Party, but after Mussolini took over, he wanted his new Italy to rival, if not surpass, other European nations, and so tremendous spending ensued on infrastructure, building schools, bridges, and roads, and funding numerous programs and public services.
Founded in 1919 by Benito Mussolini, fascism came from the name of a symbol of authority. The Italian name for the movement was fascismo. Fascismo derived from a word fascico, which means bundle of a political group, but also refers to the movement's emblem, a bundle of rods bound around a projecting axe head that was carried before an ancient Roman magistrate by an attendant as a symbol of authority and power. The name of Mussolini's group of revolutionaries was soon used for similar nationalistic movements in other countries that sought to gain power through violence and ruthlessness, such as National Socialism. Fascism was prominent in Italy from 1922 till 1945. Fascism was also popular in Germany because it promised a well-organized, efficient, militaristic state and promoted nationalist pride.
As the Italian dictator, Mussolini was head of the Italian government from 1922 to 1943. He was the founder of fascism, and as a dictator he held absolute power and severely mistreated his citizens and his country. He led Italy into 3 straight wars, the last of which led to him being overthrown by his own people. Mussolini's military tactics created a lot of enemies in Italy. However, overspending caused the lira to decline, and the resulting global speculation caused Mussolini to take personal offense. He fired the finance and labor leaders and took over their positions, changing laws and creating strict trading and union agreements, making it impossible to do business with any non-fascist or socialist groups. This only worsened Italy's economy and led to its recession. Although Mussolini tried different methods and instituted certain laws, the lira's worth only declined further, causing it to be greatly disliked by the global market. Italy's economy and general reputation continued to spiral downwards, and by the late 1930s, most of Mussolini's resources had dissipated, resulting in a poor and unprepared militaristic regimen. In the end, under Mussolini's egocentric dictatorship, Italy's original debt of 93 billion lira spiraled to an estimated whopping 405 billion lira.
Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889 in Austria. He was a German dictator from 1933 till 1939 and an extreme nationalist. He was the leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or NSDAP, which was the official name of the Nazi Party. The impact that fascism had on Germany was that the German economic system remained capitalistic, and the state played a more prominent role in managing the economy. In 1934, Hitler signed an agreement with Pope Pius XI in which he promised not to interfere in religion. The individual had no freedom to protest in Hitler's Germany because all elections, local and national, were abolished.
With the end of World War II, fascism was banned in Italy and a republic state of government was established. Mussolini and his mistress, Clara Bacacci, attempted to escape to Switzerland, but were captured by the Italian underground on April 27, 1945. They were executed the following day, on April 28, 1945, in Besgra, Italy, and their bodies were hung on display in a Milan plaza.
With the end of World War II, fascism was banned in Germany at the Potsdam Conference that was from July 17th till August 2nd, 1945. After Germany's unconditional surrender on the 8th of May, 1945, the Allies divided occupation zone Germany into 4 military zones: France in the southwest, Britain in the northwest, the United States in the south, and the Soviet Union in the east. Afraid of falling into the hands of enemy troops, Hitler and newly married wife Eva Braun committed suicide the day after their wedding, on April 30th, 1945. Their bodies were carried to a bombed-out area outside of the Reich Chancellery, where their bodies were burned. After World War II, fascism was banned in both Italy and Germany, and frowned upon by countries worldwide. Fascism showed the world what would happen if a dictator and fascist government ruled a country.